This morning, children are one step closer to being eligible for a COVID vaccine. An FDA panel unanimously recommended that Pfizer receive an emergency authorization. Several panelists did express concerns whether the decision could lead to vaccine mandates.
One expert assured the panel mandates were unlikely. California's governor is mandating vaccines for kids to attend class after full FDA approval for those age groups. News 8's Chris Groh is joining us live at Rady Children's Hospital with what's next. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Eric and Stella. And look, that California state mandate that does apply for those who are fully authorized by the FDA. Remember, this is emergency use authorization for this age group here for ages 5 to 11. We did speak with one pediatrician who says that they support this movement going forward because it not only helps kids be protected from COVID-19, but also helps maybe even some adults who are still at risk as well, too.
Their bodies can handle vaccines. They obviously get other vaccines and they do just fine. I think the important thing to remember is that COVID is not zero risk in these kids.
And so now Pfizer will need approval from the FDA itself before emergency use authorization can happen. Remember, this is an independent panel of experts on this topic who then make the recommendation to the FDA. The FDA doesn't necessarily have to go with the panel. However, they do more often than not. Now, after that, it would go to the CDC, who then decides how this should be implemented. That could happen next week at their meeting, and we could potentially see shots in arms with this age group by mid-November. Now, the data from Pfizer shows the vaccine has a 90.7% efficacy rate in preventing symptomatic disease, even against the Delta variant now in circulation. However, the advisors we're juggling both sides of approving this vaccine. That includes the percentage of kids in this age group that currently make up the amount of pediatric COVID-19 cases. Right now, it's at 40%. So 40% of pediatric cases are of the age group of 5 to 11. But as some have pointed out, now you're talking about that group of kids potentially having some form of immunity due to antibodies. So why go ahead with the vaccine? Of course, that is something that they juggled with, but ultimately came to that decision there where they were going to approve of this for emergency use authorization. Now, we did speak with a parent here in Carlsbad, a father of a 6-year-old daughter named Layla. She has brain cancer. She finishes radiation next week, and Sean feels protecting his little girl from COVID is the best thing that he can do now.
At first, we said, no way are we going to experiment, on our kids. But as we looked deeper and deeper into the science, we really came to the conclusion that they have a very good handle on this.
Now, I want to show you this poll here because it was pretty interesting. It says that according to parents surveyed, 26% would vaccinate their kids right away. 40%, so a vast majority of those surveyed, would wait and see. 9% said that they would only do it if required, and 25% would definitely not vaccinate their children. Now, Sean, who you just heard from, his daughter Layla is in the Moderna COVID vaccine trial. Again, this emergency use authorization, which that panel just recommended, that is for the Pfizer vaccine. Again, Moderna not yet at this stage that Pfizer is right now. Something also interesting about the Pfizer vaccine is that it is a smaller dose technically for this age group compared to what adults get. Now, for more information on the vaccine, you can go to CBS8.com and click on that story link.